Welcome to this wonderful platform. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across this channel for the first time, you are welcome. Please, if you like what you see here, after watching, subscribe, put on your notification bell. It's very, very important because it's going to help you to know when I upload a new video. In this channel, I present to you news on daily basis on what is happening in the whole world, especially in Nigeria and in Biafra land. Yes, Abba Biafra, I bring to you Biafra news. So before I do that, what I always do is that I analyze it and I sit down there to watch the video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to talk about it. Of course, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. That is why the comment section is there for you to contribute, leave your ideas, your thoughts, your belief about the videos that you have watched. Please, as we are doing this, let us do it constructively. As we hop into today's video, remain blessed. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your massive support in this channel.
A group of 31 lawyers from northern Nigeria on Wednesday have volunteered to render free legal services to the former commander of the Inspector General of Police, of course, Intelligence Response Unit, Abba Kayri. Now, the spokesperson of the group, Sunusi Bapasalisu, in a statement said that the volunteer lawyers were drawn across the 19 northern states and, of course, religions. Well, according to him, the pro bono was in response to calls for support for Kayri by the coalition of northern groups. The spokesperson also said the lawyers volunteered to render free legal services for the preservation of Kayri's fundamental rights. Now, that might be potentially jeopardized by his alleged indictment by a court in the United States of America. Now, briefly, reactions to this have been very, very swift, and it tilts towards one direction. The fact that about 19 different regions have come together to put together 31 lawyers to defend Abba Kayri against this indictment, to protect his fundamental rights. But then you think of the numerous people wasting away in prisons, even within those states where they were pulled from, who have been looking for pro bono lawyers as well to also help in defending their fundamental rights against things as well that, apparently they didn't do. Of course, they would have to be proven guilty. But for some reason, those pro bono lawyers are unavailable. So it's interesting to see how the power play here can easily pull out these 31 lawyers, to defend Abba Kayri against this type of situation. Somebody who, based on what we know, can well afford any lawyer of any caliber to defend him.
Well, I'm happy that he has that number of lawyers ready to come to his rescue. But one thing is certain, the FBI doesn't care where your lawyer is coming from, if it's from the north, the south, Jupiter, Earth, or wherever, Mars. But what I find disturbing is how we have this habit, and it happens over and over again in Nigeria. We have this habit of, rather than allow the accused persons face the justice system, we find a way to ethnicize or politicize it, like he's our own. Even if he's accused, we'll take him, because when you say 31 northern lawyers, that's the feel and vibe I get from this, to say he's our own and we're going to protect him regardless of what they've said he has done. That I find disturbing for me, and it's recurring. It's not just in this instance. We've seen it happen over and over again.
Okay, one, a lawyer can deploy his services the way he deems fit, whether he's going to be paid for it or he will do it pro bono, and he can choose a case that he wants to take up or not take up. Second clarification, I do not imagine that these lawyers are talking about the case in the district court in California. I don't think any one of them has a license to practice in California. Maybe perhaps there will be any one of them who has a license to practice in the state of California. Maybe, just maybe. What I imagine they're talking about is the request for extradition when eventually it arrives, because there are two legs to it. There's the Nigerian jurisdiction. If the Nigerian jurisdiction does not give him up for extradition, it won't happen. And that's why I said when this case first came up, that it's going to be a long process. So now these lawyers, they brought themselves together to say when there is that request for extradition, they will be willing and ready to appear on behalf of Abba Kayri in court. And they've already stated the grounds on which they want to defend them. Well, They say under Section 36 of the 1999 Constitution, and they are correct. That Section 36 talks about the right to fair hearing. A man is presumed innocent until he is proven guilty, and they believe that his rights under that section of the Constitution must be defended. Part of the rights is that he is entitled to lawyers, so they can go ahead and defend him either before the police investigating panel or if the matter comes up in court. They are also insisting on procedural breaches by FBI as one of the grounds on which they will, prepare their defense. And they are quoting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Article 6 and 7 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. Well, they can save the fire in that regard until the matter comes up in court. 31 lawyers from the north, and they say they are responding to concerns expressed by the Conference of Coalition of Northern Groups. You recall that before now, the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, the Coalition of Northern Groups, and some other groups from the north claimed, they alleged publicly, that Abba Kayri is being persecuted because he's a Northern Star. And some of them even say, oh, it's because he's a Muslim. We'll be right to say we don't see that connection. FBI is not talking about ethnicity. FBI is not talking about religion. But this is a reflection of what happens in Nigeria. Everything is reduced to region, to ethnicity, to kinsmanship. It's very unfortunate, but what we have seen here, with all the lawyers coming from only one part of the country, is an illustration of that particular dilemma in Nigeria. But perhaps maybe along the line, we'll probably have other lawyers from other parts of the country joining, also pro bono or as amicus curiae, since we're told that Abba Kayri has friends from other parts. But we need to be concerned about the ethnic and religious coloration of what is being proposed.
For me, I'll say let's call it spade a spade. This national hypocrisy of sectionalization must stop. We can't build a country this way. We have put everything in sections. And that's why when you even see the calls for federal character, you look what is happening here. It is not about competence any longer. If a man has done something wrong, let the court prove that. You can get him legal services for his extradition. I don't care about that. But why are there calls from a northern part in this country that say, don't touch him, it's our own? So because it's your own, if somebody does something wrong and there are evidence against him, people shouldn't speak again in the country? Just like you say the same of people in some parts of the eastern part of the country, people say it's our own. We ethnicize everything. So I say for this crime that has federal character, do we also get a bunch of Yoruba lawyers to defend Hush Puppy? Do we also get Igbo lawyers to defend Valentine? We can't build a country this way. We can't build a country on the grounds of hypocrisy. Let truth and justice reign. I'm not saying he is guilty. Let the court take its course and find him guilty. You can represent him, but this idea of a sectional group of people coming to represent, because of what? He was a shining star in the police force, but he lost the star with these allegations. People go up and go down. That's the way life is. If you want to keep being a shining star, you put your hands out of the cookie jar. Are we going to say because somebody was a shining star, he has done bad, we will not look at all the things he had done? Or are we going to say because we want to close our eye away from all of this allegation because he used to crack down at kidnappers in the past? What kind of country are we building? What kind of sentimental country are we building? This stinks. This hypocrisy is smelly. It's worse than a regurgitating toilet. We can't build a country this way. If he has done something wrong, let him face it. If the court says he's innocent, then he's innocent. So for every crime now, we're going to say sectionality. Maybe someday soon, in this country, maybe if Boko Haram people are taken to court, we'll say, okay, northern lawyers will defend them, or southern lawyers will defend them. What country are we building? Nigeria is one strong country. At first World Conference is a Nigerian. And when somebody does good, we praise him. If he has done wrong, we speak truth to power, say you've done wrong, you could learn, you could get better. That's how we build a country.
Well, the only other question to ask is that these lawyers, referred to as northern lawyers, Have they breached any professional ethics? I don't think so. But we can use the fact that they are all from one area to talk about the complexity of ethnic relations in Nigeria. But professionally, as officers in the temple of justice, the court is not going to look at where they are coming from. So, and that was why I said a lawyer can choose what case he wants to take on, what issue he wants to deal with, and whether he will be paid for it or he will do it pro bono. But to see officers in the temple of justice saying that they are responding to concerns expressed by ethnic and social-cultural associations, you know, it's just what we can express concern about as a reflection of the kind of...
Thank you for always watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye-bye.